Italiano. Word of the day for today, Friday, 3 November 2023 is Nozze, which translates to English as wedding. Yes, it's not nosy, though people in the English-speaking world can be very nosy about weddings. Nozze. So I thought that was kind of... Okay, and a wedding is a ceremony between two people. I think wedding itself is ceremonial, predates a lot of modern world religions. So it's not actually technically tied with any one specific religion. And if we wanted to get to the fact of the matter, and an example of a wedding might be a squirrel finding a way to accidentally break into the house, sitting on a railing. This squirrel in house. I took this picture on 28 April 2001 at 9:28 a.m. Me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, because I want to sit on the banister or sit outside in the trees with my squirrel extra sensory perception and watch the wedding from outdoors of Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. Me too, but this is the squirrel speaking. So the mama, the peanut provider, the primary peanut provider, the PPP. To Chad the clue, and so it was designating where it would like a home wedding to take place. So that's an example of a wedding. That might be a private wedding, so we might, you know, Chad the Clo arrives one night and we do the rehearsal, and we might do FaceTime or Skype or whatever to my grandma Connie or my sister and my aunt Annette and my sister and her brother-in-law, and be like, you guys can come to the wedding tomorrow if you want to. Invite them, and then maybe they come the next night for the wedding, and maybe Kona Dog's there, my mom's there, my dad's there. Small, intimate, family living room wedding. Very unique and personal. Then there's the kind of more zoomed out. So like, let's say I married Dominik Szoboszlai of Hungarian football, and let's say we got married in a stadium. So that's one type that I would call that like a static wedding. It's in one location. So Dominik Szoboszlai and I, let's say we got married. There's like a dynamic wedding. It's like a moving wedding. And so that would be like, we get married on the football field for the world, soccer for the United States of America, and we're a bit behind, and not tolerant of other people's in the world being different. So we get married there, and then we have lemur long time, sweet loving in the locker room afterwards. We spend like 3 or 4 hours after, like, you know, there's like a game and we get married, and then we go in, and then Adam Lang has me after because Dominik Szoboszlai decides he wants to share me, and then they take me and they put me on a soundproof room at the back of a touring bus as part of the Hungarian national football team, you know, and so that way Szoboszlai can come back to the little bedroom and lemur long time me, sweet loving style, so face to face, belly to belly, him on top of me because he is alpha in the back of the bus as they're going from game to game. So it's like a dynamic wedding, which would be really lemur long time means like a long way. Okay, that's like my man stays inside me for like 3 or 4 hours without pulling out. Okay, so that kind of thing. Okay, so that's a dynamic wedding, right? The different components change location, and there's an actual moving bus. And then there's like the static ceremonial public to everyone wedding. So like, let's say Vladimir Putin became the Tsar of Russia, and an adorable dictator, you know, and so he wanted like a coronation marriage and like sweet loving coronation, and then he broadcast it to the whole nation, sweet loving, you know, like if you married me, if you wanted me, that kind of thing. And so that would be like, you know, tied in with the coronation ceremony, that kind of thing. So those are examples of like, but in that case that'd be millions of people watching, you know, kind of thing. Some on site, some from afar, that kind of thing. And like if we did a marriage down where the squirrel wants it, maybe there'd be YouTube videos. So there's different levels of in-person presence, virtual presence, different levels of documentation, different people involved, different dynamics for the wedding. Who are maybe people that'd be fun to see get married? Let's see. The soulmate of Russell Wilson is Mackenzie Bang, supposedly, as I've heard and seen published. at least online and at least through Wikipedia. So that's a Wikipedia specific. And so she and I grew up swimming. We were both swimmers and runners, but we didn't run together. We only swam together for Tanis Coralee swim team. Cam Chancellor wanted to marry me at CenturyLink before it was CenturyLink. Tacoma Dome, actually, but the Tacoma Dome we liked got blown up, torn down. And then, yeah. So that's no longer ago. So then maybe Russell Wilson and Mackenzie Bain get married at CenturyLink Field Stadium. I don't know what it's called. I haven't been there. Yeah, and they do a very Seahawksy wedding. And then how about born and partially raised in Alaska, then moved down and I swam with for a few years on Tanis Coralee swim team along with Mackenzie Bain. But then I swam with 1 year. She was a few years younger than me for Shoreline High School. Was Annika Stanfjord, the Alaskan, as she identified. And her soulmate is, as I've heard and seen published, again, Wikipedia, so Wikipedia specific, Michael Phelps. So they could maybe, let's see, Kyle Chalmers wanted to marry me at Climate Pledge Arena because I care about the environment, but that might not happen. So maybe they can take that location kind of thing. I don't know. If I am of the Duwamish tribe, I don't consent to either of those weddings in and around the Seattle area, but like, you know, people come and do a lot of stuff I don't consent to in the Seattle area and the Duwamish tribe area anyway. So it's not like they're ever going to listen to me or treat me well or my people well. So it's kind of mistreatment and unethical conduct. Damning to heaven conduct is the name of the game these days for people like that. Kind of thing. Speaking of the men, so like Russell Wilson and Michael Phelps. Oh, and my sister to Elon Musk. Does she live in his 5 houses currently in Bel Air with a mansion with their children? In 2015, it's kind of weird with that one. It's like 2015, you know, Elon Musk said he had sex with my sister, so I texted her and we had a back and forth, and she eventually did confirm it. So that's a weird one to bring up on this channel just because I've already lived that, so I don't like bringing it up. It's like, you know, if they're in, I don't know if they're in wedded bliss, right? He doesn't marry all the women he has children with, Elon Musk. Different than my Elon, right? Elon Musk is not mine. We have talked about him on this channel. This is the like business guy who has had multiple wives, multiple children with multiple wives. Not mine because my men only have me. So people who just sleep around, like Michael Phelps was notorious when I was a swimmer at the time. He was like swimming at the Olympic Games stuff, and he was notorious for having sex with like what, over 10,000 women or something like that. And the same with like Russell Wilson and Elon Musk. They have that reputation, and they've all cheated on like the women that were their main women. Team Amber Heard over here, right? Kind of thing. She was clean. Elon Musk was not. And that's even been in court, right? And been confirmed in court that Amber Heard and Elon Musk. So not mine, right? I guess there's at least one real relationship there. Kind of thing. But so then, yeah, my sister and Elon Musk, maybe if they're sprawling estate in Bel Air, kind of thing. That's in California. So yeah, there's 3. That'd be fun to watch. Be fun for them to put online. Yeah, maybe they do a themed wedding kind of thing. Yes. And I think my sister might look a little bit like so we might have a look-alike. Now my sister standing in her place, the Second Life whole thing. There's a bunch of people like that. This is my sister, 2008, and supposedly she looks like this. So this is back in 2008. She got these pictures taken. So Katie Ledecky and Taylor Swift and some other people have really copied her style down to the haircut, length, color, and now it's like what the look-alike is like the dark gruesome blonde hair. And just like, and she had lavender at her wedding and stuff, and I'm like, I feel kind of bad for my sister. Like, at some point Taylor Swift needs to, when 100% of the things she does originates with my sister, like 5 to 10 years before. Like, cheater, pumpkin eater, Taylor Swift. Same with Katie Ledecky and stuff like that. So, have never been a fan of people like that, because I'm like, I know the original. You imposters, impersonators, cheaters. Strip it all. Kill them. They don't contribute anything new or worthwhile. yeah, that's the timid version of that. But that won't happen, don't worry. There are safeties in place. That's not a death threat. That's just things I've heard vocalized my entire life. So sharing them, I mean no harm, kind of thing. Yeah. But wedding, it can be happy, it can be not happy. It can be different. There are different types. There are ones to live through, as in one is involved as the bride or groom, or bride and bride, or groom and groom, or whatever term one might use. And there are people, external to the wedding, and then there are people involved in the wedding, like physically present, but then and then there's the from afar. And then what else? Oh yeah, marriage might be a religious thing and different per religion, but the wedding itself, the ceremony itself, that kind of thing, actually predates modern religions. So, world religions. And actually I think it was like a native religion kind of thing, from all different native peoples around the world. And then, some of the big religions came along, like, we're going to say that this is ours, even though it existed, 5,000 years before modern religions came along. So, yeah, wedding itself is much, much older. Okay, and so that in Italian is Nozze. So, happy Italian word of the day, Nozze. Today, Friday, 3 November 2020.